How to get your wings spiritually, obviously. The most simplest way to put it, be light as possible. Go into new situations light. The light. Okay, so when you're heavy and you're going into new situations heavy, essentially what you're doing is you're carrying baggage with you. And your because your space is so full and you're kind of lost in all these things, God is not able to use you as a vessel. God cannot come to you because you're blinded by so many lights. Hence why you're heavy in the first place. You get what I'm saying? So God could literally be in your face and you won't be able to see him. You won't be able to see it. You get what I'm saying? So in order to get your wings, you got to be light. Because when you have wings, you can fly. And so when you're light and you're not carrying a bunch of baggage, you could fly through situations with ease. See what I'm saying? Most things, majority of things is smooth sailing. You see what I'm saying? So if you're feeling sad or you're feeling doubt or you're feeling anger, go allow it. Just allow it. And don't become it. Just bear witness to it. So you want to go with the flow with how things are going externally and with how things are going internally. You want to go with the flow. You want to just witness everything that's happening inside of you, not become it. And same thing outside of you in your environment. You want to just witness it and not become it. And that way you'll be able to stay light and you'll be able to be the person outside looking in and see the equilibrium in everything and be able to stay light as possible and not weighed down by thoughts and feelings and circumstances and situations. You see what I'm saying? Because when we get lost in these things, that's when we get weighed down by it and we feel up under it and we feel like we're in a situation when, like, you don't have to be in anything you don't want to be in. So, that's how you get your wings. Okay. And God will then be able to use you as a vessel. Another thing as well is when you're not able to just go with the flow of your internal world, especially, and you're trying to control things because you don't want something to happen, or because whatever the case is, right? um Essentially you're separating yourself from the spirits that's around you in that space. So let's say, for instance, like, if you know yourself, then you know the space that you like to be in, and the space that you like to be in is like your personal heaven. It's most likely the space that you originated from. You can find that out by like your ascendant sign in astrology. So my ascendant sign is Pisces, right, which is ruled by Jupiter. So like the space that I'm most happiest at, like the space that I like to be in, um is a space of all possibilities, creativity, uh imagination, fun, joy, dreamy, la la land. This is a space that I like to be in, right? Just a space of just all possibilities itself, right? And like it's Jupiter ruled. So Jupiter also rules Sagittarius. So I do like to also be in the space of like higher knowledge of like learning, like a learning space, like a classroom, or like where I'm the teacher and I'm teaching, and maybe we're like studying and we're like discovering new truths, and like this information could drastically change my life, like anything could come out of this, and it's like, it's just like, that's my heaven, like that's where I fucking love to be. Okay, that's the space that I like to be in. So let's say like I'm in that space and the spirits and in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension that's right next to me, right? In the third dimension, they might be all the way in Alaska. But if they're in the same space that I'm in, then in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension, they're right next to me. You see what I'm saying? Um, so I'm in that space, right? And I'm looking, I'm like studying, and I'm like learning truths, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, whoa. And then let's say I come across a certain information that drastically like opposes one of my already set beliefs. Not going with the flow, not just like bearing witness and just going with it would be me like, oh damn, like I don't really want to um believe in this, because like I already believe in something. So I'm just going to like sweep that under the rug, or I'm gonna think about this for a little bit before just accepting it, because I already really believe in this and I'm comfortable with that, and this is a little out of my comfort zone. Like that's not, like in that instant I'm already like separate from the spirits around me that's in that space. Because let's say the person in Alaska that's doing the same thing comes across a truth that opposes their beliefs, but they're like, the hell, like that's crazy, like yo, like that's wild, like, well, I guess I don't believe in that anymore, like, you know what I'm saying? And they're able to, and now they're able to still stay in that space because they're just going with it, like going with the flow of the waters of that space, just however it's flowing. You get what I'm saying? And they're just taking it as it comes. Um, but me, like, identifying more with the belief that it just opposes is like, oh, I can't let this go because I'm attached. That's essentially what it means to fall. Like, it just means to become attached. When you become attached to something, you fell into it. So me being attached to that belief, it's like I couldn't just let it go like that. You see what I'm saying? And like immediately I'm out of that space, because like that's not a Jupiterian space. Like Sagittarius is not attached to anything. Pisces, yeah, they can be attached, but they're very go with the flow. They're not one to be like, I'm not gonna, like, they're not gonna sit here and and be firm on something. Like, I'm gonna stick with this belief, or I don't know. Like, no, they just go with the flow. So it's like I was unable to go with the flow and just hop from one belief to another belief, and that's essentially what Sagittarius does. They just hop from one belief to another belief, and it manifests down here as, them hopping from one state to another state to this, but they move around. They move around. Okay, they're here for a good time, not a long time. Like that, even in every realm of reality, in every little phase of life. Okay, I'm in this mindset for a good time. As soon as this mindset decays, I'm out. Like Sagittarius energy right there. So it was like I was not able to do that. So I'm automatically not in like the space of like Jupiter. Get what I'm saying? So now I have separated myself from the group of spirits that's around me, and because that is the space that I originated from, like that's like home for me. See, since that's home for me, that like wouldn't really happen for real, because like that's where I came from, like that's just what we do. So like, but just for example, just so you can grasp what I'm saying, let's like, if it was a space that's like not home for you, like you're just visiting the space because you fuck with it, then like okay, cool. But like if that space is home for you, then this is most likely not gonna happen. You're most likely gonna be able to stick to the status quo of that space. Like you're gonna be able to go with the flow of that space because that's where you came from. Like you're literally just being yourself. You don't even have to actually go with the flow. Like you're just being you, because of that, like that whole space itself is you. You get what I'm saying? So anyways, but just for example purposes, right? So let's say that like the spirits that's around me, they're my soul tribe, right? Because we were all in our own separate journeys and ended up in this same space, making the same conclusions, right? So that's my soul group. That's my soul tribe, right? Um, and so because I was not able to just keep going on with the flow, I have separated myself from them. And so now it's like I'm a lost soul all over again now. You see what I'm saying? Like, because it's like, let's say, like, damn, like, I thought I loved looking for truths and stuff like that, but then this truth just opposed my beliefs, and now I don't know anymore because I'm not ready to give this beliefs up, so I don't even know if this is what I really want to do anymore. You see, now I'm a lost soul all over again. You get what I'm saying? And no longer with what was before my soul tribe. You see what I'm saying? So, that was just an example, but this is just what's going on in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension when you're unable to go with the flow. You end up separating yourself from the space that you like to be in. And when you separate yourself from the space that you like to be in, you're separating yourself from your soul group, your soul tribe, even if they have not manifested into the third dimension yet. The thoughts that you were getting when you were in that space, were you were receiving those thoughts from other spirits that was also in that space, aka your soul tribe. And the thoughts that you were thinking when when you let those thoughts go, your soul tribe, right, the spirits that's floating around you and the swimming around you with you, I should say, swimming with you in that same space, they receive those thoughts. And so, like, that's how that works. But now you're no longer getting thoughts from them. They're no longer getting thoughts from you, as you're no longer in that space anymore. You get what I'm saying? So you want to stay as light as possible. And so when you can stay as light as possible, you'll get your wings. And I already gave you, like, if you were really paying attention, like, I already kind of gave you a gem on how you could on how you could go with the flow without even really having to try, would just be to, like, go back to, like, your original space. And if you don't know what that is, literally just look at your ascendant sign and pay more attention to the planet of your ascendant sign. And then the characteristics of the planet, that's the space that you originated from. That's the space that you were in when you first became aware. So just stay in that space and be yourself. You know, which would be the characteristics of that sign. And yeah, just go with the flow and stay as light as possible, which would mean, like, when you're met with something internally or externally, don't you're going to become aware of it. And awareness is like soil, and you see it in real life. Where there's soil, there's growth. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's and it's like no one even planted a seed there, but a plant grows anyways. Like, how the fuck did a plant grow anyway? But it's kind of like that. Like, as soon as you become aware of something, automatically, almost simultaneously, a thought, it sprouts. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, a thought comes from it, and then from following the thought, and emotion, and it's happening. Like, you don't even have to, like, do anything, like that. You see what I'm saying? So when you become, yeah, what was my point? My point was, so how you stay light. So, like, you're in that space, you're aware in that space, you're obviously going to be thinking in that space or whatever. So when you get a thought, a feeling is going to follow, and then, like, just keep it at that. Don't add thoughts and add feelings to it in that instant, because now you're making it heavy and you're in it. So you're just going down with it and becoming heavy with it for no reason. Like, so yes, you want to have light thoughts and light feelings. So that would be like a thought that makes you feel better, that makes you feel lighter. So that's like positive thoughts. And then, like, positive feelings, like feelings that make you feel good. And you don't want to have too much good feelings or bad. You don't want to have too much feelings, period. And you don't want to have too much thoughts, period, either. Okay? Also, whenever you're feeling like heavy, like whenever you're in like in a situation that makes you feel heavy, or you're getting a bunch of like thoughts and feelings and you feel heavy, take all that energy and just transmute it into a thought that makes you feel better. Like direct the energy in a direction that makes you feel better, that makes you feel lighter, that could put you at ease, instead of like gonna go like drink alcohol or something like that to be at ease. Like, don't do that. You don't need to do that. Like, I'm literally teaching you mental gymnastics, mental gems and tricks and hacks to ease yourself, so you don't have to use any of that shit and ruin your body. So like, for example, if you feel like you missed an opportunity, and you're like blaming yourself and you have so much regret and you're like really down on yourself, and now you're getting all these negative thoughts and negatively talking to yourself and stuff like that, right? Stop for a second. Like, don't start spiraling, and just like take all of that energy, like all of like your whole feelings, all of your thoughts, take all of it and just direct it towards something else. So just be like, you know what? Like, I didn't even miss that opportunity. Like, the reason why that opportunity didn't work out was because it's the holidays. Like, it's literally Christmas. Nothing's open. Like, everyone is with their families. Like, it's the holidays. Now is not the time to be out here moving about, getting opportunities and like trying to make things work like that. Maybe like during the New Year's Capricorn season after the holidays, like that's really when we can get to business. But like, it's not the time for that right now. So it's really just the universe telling me like it's not time. You see, like, I took all that energy, all that negativity, and instead of like putting it like, internalizing it and putting it towards myself and being like, damn, like I missed an opportunity, I took it and I said, damn, I directed it elsewhere. I like took all of it and said, and like that was me saying like, damn, like it's the holidays, like damn, like that shit didn't go through because it's the motherfucking holidays. It's not, nothing's open, like that's tough. Like, so now you're blaming something else and you're putting all the negative energy towards something else instead of blaming yourself and putting all that negative energy towards yourself and like making you feel heavy. It's like you're not heavy because all of that shit is not on you anymore. Like, you throw it. You put it on something else. It's like when somebody says like, damn, you're just gonna put the blame on me. Is like, replace the word blame with like thoughts and feelings, heavy thoughts and feelings. That's ultimately negative and that nobody wants. Okay? It's like, you're gonna put that shit on me? It's like, just put it on like the holidays or the universe or whatever. Like, see what I'm saying? Transmute it. Just transmute it. Like, damn, like I was really excited for that shit, but it just had to be Christmas today. Like, that's some shit. Instead of being like, damn, like I was really excited for it, but I just had to miss the opportunity because I just had to be scared because I'm just such a scaredy cat. I suck at everything. And that's like, nah, like, now you're making yourself, like, you see, y'all get what I'm saying. So the more that you could transmute, and the more that you could go with the flow internally and externally, and kind of just trust the process, um, and just like maintain your space, the space that you like to be in, and just be in that space because it's the space that you like to be in. So ultimately, you're going to be light automatically, meaning like, happier, more in a good mood because you're in a space that you like to be in. So like, just find that space for you and just stay in it, maintain it. Don't let anything get you out of that space. Go with the flow, observe everything. Bear witness to your own thoughts and feelings, to your own circumstances and situations, and even if you see something going in a direction that you don't want it to go in, don't try to stop it. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like, yes, it might go down to that. It's like, oh, I've been down this road before. I know where this is leading to. Maybe God needs you to experience that because it's not even about the experience itself. Maybe it's just about what you can get from it that God needs you to get at the moment. Or maybe it's about where that experience is going to take you next and God needs you there at the moment. But you have to go through that first in order to get there. You see what I'm saying? So it's like God works in mysterious ways. You really just want to like just experience it all and not become it. You see what I'm saying? It's like just experience the world, don't become the world. You see, it's like that, but like with your own life. Experience your life, don't become your life. Experience your inner world, don't become the things in your inner world. You see what I'm saying? So, which is your thoughts and feelings. So, um yes, do this, maintain this, and you'll be able to be light. And that's what it is to have your wings, right? It's like you're just like you're flying above and flying through all of it. Like you're transmuting that, you're observing this, witnessing this, not letting nothing bring you down, right? When you're in the air and you're flying, you're not letting nothing like a big ass thought come and just like and now I'm up under this thought. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm up under this mindset, this situation, and I just feel so helpless. Like you see what I'm saying? Like that was just like a visual. So you get like it's it's stuff like that that's like really happening in the fourth and fifth and sixth dimension. You see what I'm saying? So you just want to keep your spirit light as possible. I already gave you some gems and advice on how to do that, and yeah, that's how you get your wings. All right, bye.